Hey guys, welcome back to Ultimate S&S. So we're going to be looking at some things that's going on in our society today, things we need to be aware of. I know there's a lot of news about what's happening over in other countries and stuff like that right now, but we need to be focusing on what's happening in our own country, because if you're not preparing, it's going to be very hard to survive what's coming up next. So what's happening in our country right now? Well, right now, the justice system of the United States of America, that's as close as I can get to saying what it is on this platform, but they are looking at overturning a existing ruling. Okay, and why does that mean for us? Well, most people would think, okay, well, this kind of stuff happens all the time, and they're going to go with it and try to go through lobbying and stuff, but that's not what's happening. So we're hearing from popular news outlets and things, guys, where they're doing interviews with folks about how they feel about it, and all they are getting back is people making threats, threatening to riot, threatening to burn down cities, threatening violence on other people and stuff like that. So it's very important right now that you are getting yourself in a situation where you're not going to get stuck in that kind of mess. You're not going to have to go out and deal with that kind of stuff. That's why it's important to prep, guys. So what do I do out here? Well, a lot of y'all have seen a lot of the videos that I do. We do a lot of canned goods. We do a lot of dried goods. Do a lot of stuff with flocks and gardening and things like that. So we're going to take a look at those projects and just explain what it is that we're looking at here. So the first project that I'm going to be talking about is prepping. So this is not going to be another canned food prep video, guys, but what I am going to show you is I'm going to show you what I'm doing when it comes to getting my bird feed. So here we go, guys. So I'm able to get back about a couple of 100 pounds a month that's untouched. So that's pretty good. That's going to really help me out here in the future with our quail and things like that that's coming in. They don't eat a lot of food. We're going to look at our quail real quick. Those guys are just they're chill. They lay eggs every day. They're going to give you meat and things like that. They're not going to consume a lot of food. But one of the great things about having a garden is I can move a lot of fresh greens. You just have to really chop them up fine for those quail and make sure that they have grit in order to digest it. And I can take that out to my chickens and stuff as well. But the garden is coming in great, and I would recommend that you get a garden, because that's going to, one, offset the cost of food you're having to buy. But if you're producing enough, it's going to help you be able to put food back as well. Plus, whatever your original grocery expense, that's going to free that up for prepping more items. So that's why I recommend doing a garden and things like that, guys. And of course, no garden would be complete if you did not have pollinators. So we do honeybees out here on Ultimate S&S. We have them back at the property. We went out earlier this year and took a frame of honey, and we'll probably do that again here in a few weeks. I usually don't pull a whole lot. I let the bees keep it and just add an extra box, guys. But here's our honeybees. And you can hear the rooster in the background crowing away. Anytime I go back there now, mainly because I guess I talk to him and feed him special bugs and stuff while the hens get to watch, he starts crowing out when I'm back there. So here's our chickens. Check these guys out. So those are some of the projects that I do here. And what that does is that provides me with the food, so I don't have to run out to the store if I don't want to. Sure, it's not the greatest variety of what you would find in some supermarkets, but understand, with the food shortages that are coming, those availabilities and stuff is going to go down. You're going to see a smaller selection coming into the coming days. They're telling us that basically around middle of June, we're going to really start seeing food shortages here in this country. And that 6 months from that date, which would be toward the end of the year, is going to be at an all-time desperate level. They're not even sure what's going to happen for Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's how bad it's going to be. Understand, with flock numbers being slaughtered off by the millions this year, there's not going to be a lot of turkeys, there's not going to be a lot of chickens and things like that available in the supermarkets, and that's all because of the bird flu that's been passing around out here. um, it's important with inflation. This is why we say get food now. The reason we say that is because the price of food is continuing to go up. It is not going to come down. It is not going to level out at some point anytime soon. It's going to continue to go up. The availability of the food is going to be less. So you need to start stockpiling. Stockpile all the food that you can, and that's going to help you in the days ahead, guys. Understand, man, it comes right down to this. I do this stuff. This is for me and my family. We're working together on projects and different stuff like that. If you choose not to prep and stuff, that's fine. That's your choice. That's your belief and things like that. But don't show up at my doorstep wanting a handout. That's not the way this works. People work together in prepper groups. If it's too much for one person to handle, and it can be, find you a group, find you a friend, find somebody that you can help prep with, and y'all plan together, guys. That's my recommendations. And while you're stockpiling supplies, you need to make sure that you're stockpiling all types of supplies, not just food. You need medical supplies. You need feed supplies for any animals, any flocks, things like that that you may be keeping, because you may have a harsh growing season and you're going to need that to help carry you through. So it does not hurt to have that stuff on standby and reserves until your crops begin coming in well. So I hope everyone's having a great day. I hope you're bracing yourselves for what's fixing to come, because if this gets overturned, understand it is going to be, this is the words that are being passed over from popular news agencies to people that are reporting in and the people that are being interviewed. They say they're going to turn the city into a war zone. That's why our thumbnail looks the way it is. It doesn't take much. And if they call in National Guard, understand if the National Guard gets aggressive, then everyone's going to start screaming it's injustice and things like that. Because if you're not allowed to destroy, then people are against you. That's just the way it is. But no one is against anybody. We're against violence in our streets. That's what we are against in this country. So don't be part of the problem, be part of the solution. Get you some food back and stay out of the situation the best that you can. Protect your families, guys, because things are fixing to pick up and get really ugly really quick. Have a wonderful day.